Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going kayaking, but not to a small canal. We are going to a big river, and I will give you all the details once we get there. But we have the working battery, so we should be able to fully test the motor and maybe even visit our first island. So let's get going. And by the way, I did a bit of a troubleshooting regarding our power drain from the car. Remember that flat battery I had? I think I sorted that one out. I did remove all the dashboard, or most of it, to search for some kind of additional devices that would be incorrectly connected, like two USB cables that were just hanging in the glove box. These two USB cables actually were live when the car was completely shut off and locked. So that was a bit suspicious, and when I traced them back, they connected to the radio. So at that point, I was pretty confident to know where the problem is. The car stereo was not going to the standby correctly. The solution to the problem was actually quite simple. You just have to go to the settings of the radio, and I changed the settings for standby to go completely shut down. So now when I switch the engine off, take out the key and lock the car, the Android stereo will completely shut down. And I even measure it, and it only has a 7 milliamps draw when the car is locked. So I'm pretty confident that the issue is now resolved. But yeah, we will see in a few days anyway. But 7 milliamps, it would take 11 months for the battery to go flat. We will see. I still have the spare one in case something else will pop out. Alright guys, we have arrived to our launching spot, which is right behind us. So we are going to a Chao Phraya river. That's the big river that flows through Bangkok. There is a little island, and I don't really know the name of the island. There is no name, but on that island is Phi Suea Samut Fort Museum. So we will go in there and see what this is all about, and maybe even ask locals what's the name of the island, if it has any name. And it is not close. So this behind us is not Chao Phraya River. This is like a side canal, about 1 kilometer that way. It will basically connect to the river, and then we will go 2 kilometers upstream until we finally get to that island. And let me show you the battery that I purchased. So this is my battery setup that I have in the box. So first I purchased one battery, but then I realized if I put it like that on the side, I can fit two. So I purchased two batteries, but ordered a bunch of cables to connect them in parallel. I purchased a capacity tester as well, because I want to test the actual capacity. Not that I would not trust Lazada, but this says these are 20 ampere hours each, so we should get like 40 ampere hours, but I doubt this will be the case. I think we will get less, actually a lot less. I think if you get like 30, that would be amazing. But anyway, that's why I have the tester, so we will be doing the test today. That's why I set up about 6 kilometers road, and the setup is pretty convenient because I have a charger here. I don't need to take anything out. I just take this one out, plug it in, and I can charge. And if I need longer cable, I can take this one out. This is just like the charger. So I could even fit two chargers and charge each battery separately to get faster charging, but that would need to take batteries out and disconnect them, and yeah, it's just a lot of hassle. So this is a perfect, easy setup. I have a couple of tools. I have an isolated screwdriver, so nothing will short out. I have some double-sided tape, some rubber, silicone glue, and just some normal electrical tape in case I need any. There is a big shunt in here that came with the capacity tester, and that should have to be a little bit isolated because my cable is right here that has exposed positive side, so I don't want to short anything. But that's it, battery is ready. Now I can actually show you the LED lights. It's a midday, yeah, so you probably won't see, but here are my two little chunk bags. I decided to take two small ones. Originally I wanted to take one big 60-liter backpack, the one from the last video. but it was still like half empty and it was like an unorganized mess. So instead I took this one and the tiny chunk. So this is just for my wallet and some kind of stuff, and this is for my shooting equipment and all the gear. Plus, I will be wearing a proper life jacket, or PFD as they are called, personal flotation device, official name. I have this little fella that I found on a hiking in Wales. So I'm taking this one for a ride. And I have a rope, very important, if you want to strap the boat somewhere so it doesn't float away. I have my paddle, pedals, motor, everything ready. This is how the controller looks when you mount it on the one of the rail. You can remove it or just leave it here, and then we can just go for a ride. And with that, I think we are ready. And here is one little last touch, flag and GoPro. And this stick, hopefully it won't fall. Alright guys, we set off, so we managed to launch smoothly. It was a little bit of a muddy terrain, but all good. Motor is engaged, it's throttling. Let's see how long it's gonna last. These Lazada batteries, you need to test them properly. I don't really trust them, but ahead we go. So far so good. Right now I engage full throttle and this thing is going about 5 miles an hour. So that's pretty solid. And once we pass under this bridge, we will be in the open waters of the Chao Phraya River. At this point, the river is about 600 meters wide, but as we progress upstream, it widens up to nearly 1 kilometer. So I switched to pedaling now. And oh my god guys, this is awesome. I don't need to go for a run. I'm gonna lose so much weight by just pedaling. This is best cardio. Perfect. And look what I have found in here. Look at the ship. The Bounty. Who would have thought we will see such a things? Thought it will be just a boring river, but look at that ship. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. And we are doing pretty decent miles per hour even with the pedaling. I'm doing right now 3 miles per hour and I'm not even like sweating like crazy. It's just a steady tempo. And we are in our 3rd kilometer now and we can see the island. It's right in front of us. So it's finally time to kick off our big island hopping adventure right here in Samut Prakan province, and its only island located on the Chao Phraya River. Phi Suea Samut Fortress Island is about 500 meters long and 200 meters wide, featuring flat terrain covered in lush dense vegetation. On its southern tip stands an old coastal defense fort built by King Rama V in the early 19th century. This fortress served as Bangkok's last line of defense if an enemy naval force managed to get past another fort about 5 kilometers downriver at the estuary. Equipped with 3 Armstrong disappearing guns, supplied by the UK by the way, the fort has long been obsolete and has since been restored and turned into a museum. You can conveniently access the island by foot via the northern bridge, or if you are a bit of a weirdo like me, you can sail to it and skip the bridge entirely. Here at the northern tip, as I was turning around, the water became a bit too shallow and my rudder and propeller started getting stuck in the mud. I had to paddle a bit to free myself and move away from it. We have now encircled the island and now returning back, and this is the bridge that is providing the pedestrian access. I go check it out after if we find some suitable parking for the kayak. So I thought I will be testing the motor, but I actually enjoy the pedaling because it gives me the exercise that I need to lose weight. But on the way back we will engage the full throttle and we'll just go full throttle all the way to where we started. I wanna see how long the battery will last. It should last. We should get back on full throttle and still have plenty of battery left. Oh, but Lazada, you know, so battery wasn't very expensive. It was like 4,000 baht. The second one even less, they had some promotion going on. If we can park the kayak, maybe we can go have a walk in there. I have successfully disembarked myself from the boat and we're gonna check out the museum. I completely butchered the knots, so hopefully it won't float away. It looks okay. That's something I probably need to go on the internet and study a little bit more how to properly knot the boat. But it will do, it's not that bad here. As long as it doesn't float away. So I took my little chunk bags and we're gonna have a little walk. So I had to sign to the book just a name, time, and how many people. So there was someone manning the entrance, but there is no entry fee, just a visitor book to sign. It's pretty quiet, nobody here. It looks like I will have the entire place to myself, so let's go explore. Some shrine. Oh, there is some cannon in there. I don't think these are from this cannon. I don't think these would fit. Look how big they are and look how tiny is the cannon hole. Alright, let's get moving. And this is the statue that we've seen when we were approaching the island. They have more cannons here as well. This looks more like classic from the ship. There are some tables down here, so it might be a nice place for a picnic. It's pretty chill and peaceful place. And I haven't seen a single person since I arrived, except that guy who asked me to sign the book. They have a big cannon in here. Have a look. That's a massive cannon. That's like 3 times the size, the one we've seen. I think we've seen enough. We can go back now. Hopefully our kayak is still there. I need some kind of lock. Some shrines in here with some funny statues. But again, not a word in English and too lazy to translate. There is something in English in here and it says that it is shrine, so that one I got correct. And if you speak Thai, yeah, you can translate what it is. Okay, let's go back. And they have some rooms. Have a look at these rooms. And there is nothing much. There is some portrait of somebody. Ooh, it's a bit slippery. We're not going to these ones. Seems to be flooded. This is for like a dwarfs. Just look how low is that. So that's it, that's all the fort. Nothing crazy. The cannon was quite impressive. I checked our boat, it's still there. So now we're going to have a little walk towards the bridge that we've seen when we came here. It's a pretty deep jungle in there. We can go check out the bridge. They also do ferries and it's apparently very cheap, only a few baht. You can hop on this and it will go around on the other side of the river. We reached the top of the bridge. We're gonna have a look from it and I think we will go back. Don't think we go any further than this. But this place doesn't look like very crazy popular. But considering it's Monday, so maybe that's why. Maybe if you come on a weekend, it might be full. Or at least you will meet somebody. So here is the view from the bridge. And since I made it all the way here, I decided to hop off the island for a quick look at the cherry temple just outside the entrance on the other side of the bridge. But that's as far as I will go today. We still have a long journey back and I definitely don't want to get stuck on the water after the dark on my very first sail. So here is what's currently going on. I'm quite far from the shore, but look how deep the water is here. The water is literally like 30 centimeters deep, like 1 feet. So my motor got stuck and the battery switched off, and I thought I ran out of battery, but then I checked the battery in the back and it was still like 49 volts, which is like almost full. We've only used like 10% of the battery. So I checked the motor, cleaned it up, and need to paddle a little bit more off the shore because this is a really muddy water in here. And then full throttle back home. Okay, we are back. I pulled the kayak out. It's been quite a workout to pull out through that mud, but I made it. And if I show you the stats, then we really only used 5 ampere hours out of 40 we should have. So we used only 25% of the battery. So 5 ampere hours, and we covered about 4 kilometers on it. So that's pretty decent. So now the kayak is all dirty and it will be dark soon. So I need to load it back to the car and then back home. We'll clean it tomorrow. So that's all, guys, from today's video. We visited our first island and tested our motorized kayak. We can wrap the video here and I will see you going to the next one. Bye!